Right, welcome ladies and gentlemen. Western game developers have taken another huge L because Black Myth Wukong has broken a whole bunch of records, even though there's been a bunch of controversy. So, I thought this was interesting. This is one on a long list of, I wouldn't say counterculture, but it's certainly not westernized game developers or just westernized media in general, and it makes a mockery of everything over here. This and pretty much everything else. I mean, anime and manga just makes a complete mockery of the comic book sales and, you know, the Western world. Well, yeah, it's just a long list. Will they ever learn? Who knows? But let's take a look. The video game industry has been fascinating to watch because they've sort of speed run to this point, right? Whereas the movie industry's slowly been working, building the agendas, movies with the messaging, very, very slow process. They've not hit that brick wall of audiences saying no anywhere near as quickly as the video game industry. And that's because the market's much smaller. You know, the demographic is much smaller. And you're asking way more money for video games than you are, $10 for a movie or $15, whatever it is, wherever you are. So it's just interesting to me. So let's take a look. Dive into this with me. Hit subscribe if you're new here. But anyway, it says here, look, the new video game Black Myth Wukong is taking the world by storm, which comes amid controversy surrounding the game. So via Mark Kern, aka Grums on X, it is learned in its first day of release, within mere hours, Black Myth Wukong has garnered over 1 million players. That's insane. Which obviously beats all-time records of Elden Ring, Baldur's Gate 3 and Cyberpunk 2077. And I hasten to add, okay, I feel like I should, because perhaps not obvious, it beats the record of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Anyway, Kern, the former team lead for the original World of Warcraft, added, quote, "It's already the 6th highest played game in Steam history and climbing, likely to surpass Dota 2 next." And it actually looks quite fun. Looks like a fun game. It looks fun. So apparently the game has now sparked online controversy. Some gamers and YouTubers believe that the developer and Black Myth Wukong are being targeted by the liberal Western media because the game does not align with DEI woke standards. Which I can believe. And the reason why I can believe it, do you remember Joker? A weird segue, but it's important because it's a great example of things. Joker, the movie, Joaquin Phoenix, Todd Phillips, Warner Brothers, DC. On the lead up to that film coming out, the media were going mental. They're like, this film's going to murder people. This film's going to kill people. People are going to go into things and shoot people up. That's it. It's going to murder. So many people are going to die. They were like willing it into existence. They desperately wanted it to happen. It was very strange. All because they thought or felt that it sort of like glorified incel culture or something like that. I can't quite remember the argument they were making. It was a very bizarre one. So, I can believe that, the game has been sort of attacked and targeted. Again, it looks good. I mean, the graphics are better than a lot of games that have come out recently from Western game developers. So it's been claimed that a leaked review by IGN rated Black Myth Wukong a low rating. However, it has since been revealed that the review is fake. The supposed fake review was attributed to an IGN writer who previously authored an article titled "How Black Myth Wukong Developers' History of Sexism is Complicating Its Journey to the West." It said no one ever. No one cares about that. Literally, no one cares. No one cares. You're making a good product? Yes, fine. The supposed sexism of it as well. It's also been claimed that GameSpot wrote articles that attacked Black Myth Wukong. So it's also claimed that Black Myth Wukong refused to be extorted by Sweet Baby Inc., a woke gaming consulting group that caused the downfall of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, leading to a $200 million loss for Warner Brothers games, which they've admitted to. They haven't said it's because of Sweet Baby, but they have said that they've lost $200 million, which is just insane. So some believe that Sweet Baby Inc. may also be involved in the recent changes to the new Mortal Kombat game, which have been met with backlash from fans. Yeah, that's that whole Cyrax business, isn't it? Doesn't look good. Just looks lame. So it's also claimed that a video game reviewer for Screen Rant, who gave the game a low rating, works for a gaming consultancy company similar to Sweet Baby Inc., which would present an obvious conflict of interest, which is true. It says this, quote, "A great victory for a based game," Kern said about Black Myth Wukong, despite all of Western press trying to smear the studio. Take that, IGN. The thing about this that surprises me, that people are like, oh, it's a based game. What a sad world we live in, where a video game can't just, you know, it has to have some weird political leaning. Like, can we not just have a game, you know, which just serves its purpose to sort of tell some like fantasy pseudo world thing? Can we not just have that? Like, does it have to conform to modern day politics when it's set elsewhere and all this kind of, it's just sad, isn't it? What a sorry state of media, which is supposed to be a portal to escape, where we're just inundated with nonsense from the real world. It's just pathetic. So sad. So anyway, I have a statement here. GameSpot made a hit piece on Black Myth Wukong again, much like the other Western game journos have done over the months. And they did this, remember, they did this for Stellar Blade. The coordinated behaviour keeps adding to the game science didn't pay the $7 million Sweet Baby Inc. extortion narrative. They themselves made it more believable, which is true. And you can see here all of the sort of records that they're breaking. I mean, this is just staggeringly insane. It's great. Look at that, man. Black Myth Wukong day one player base stats is something. Over 1 million concurrent, and that's just by PC. That's madness. I mean, that's great, but it is madness. 1.2 million. Holy shit. It'll be fascinating to watch that, like, over time. See if it drops off. See if it keeps going up. Really interesting. So there you go. Don't have much else to say, really. Just that this has absolutely smashed it. The thing is, people just want good games. People just want escapism. And yet Western game developers are just strong-armed into giving us shit. And co-opting IPs for their nefarious narrative desires. It's a shame. Whereas you could just learn your lesson, drop all the crap, and make good products. And you'd earn money. We live in a capitalist society. You cannot, unequivocally, you cannot push this kind of rhetoric in a capitalist society and not expect to go tits up eventually. When the overwhelming majority of people, as evidenced by this, don't subscribe to your beliefs. You can insult people as much as you like, but until we live in communist China, where they're going to, I don't know, well, even there they still get free will, right, to a degree, but they still get to spend their money on what they want. Until Western society becomes this weird socialist communist nonsense where, you know, Herr Starmer decrees what we must spend our cash flow on, these game developers are always going to go tits up. It's the same thing in the States. Like, no one wants this garbage. Just learn your lesson, all right? Put down the wokery and give people what they want. Simple. Same with Disney, by the way. Acolyte's just been cancelled. Just give people what they want. Idiots. Anyway, let me know what you think down below. Take care. Bye-bye now.